Good day, dear friends. Welcome to our channel where we dive into the mysterious world of myths and legends that have been passed down through generations. Today we will talk about one of the most terrifying creatures in Slavic mythology, the Kikimora. And if you're ready to face the dark forces that lurk in forests and villages, be cautious, as our stories may leave a mark on your imagination. Let our words not disturb the silence of the night. The Kikimora is not just a myth, but a phenomenon that lives on in ancient tales, passed down from mouth to mouth for centuries. The mere mention of her name evokes malice and darkness, and her presence in a village or home was never met without fear. There are several theories about the Kikimora's origin, but all of them lead to the same conclusion. This creature appears when dark spirits loom over a house or a person, or when evil forces seek their victim. One belief suggests that the Kikimora is the soul of a girl who never found peace due to an unsolved mystery or an unhappy fate. Sometimes she was called the soul of darkness, coming into our world to take revenge on the living for their sins. But there are other versions where the Kikimora is not a human spirit, but a part of the forest itself, the embodiment of shadows and evil. Despite the fact that the Kikimora's appearance varies depending on the region and the tale, there are always common traits in her descriptions. She is often seen only in the dark or at the edge of sleep when she doesn't appear directly, but rather blends with the darkness, like a part of the shadows. Typically, the Kikimora is described as being small, no taller than half a person's height. She wears tattered clothes or dark ancient garments that constantly shift like an immovable shadow. But sometimes the Kikimora appears as a large, dark figure with a face that has no features, just emptiness, into which one could fall into the very heart of the darkness. Her eyes glow red, like hellfire, and her gaze could take your very soul. Legends about the Kikimora tell not only of her appearance, but also of encounters with people who have come face to face with her presence. She was most often seen by those who stayed in the forest after sunset or ventured into the woods at night. The Kikimora would usually leave traces in the home or hut. There would be an inexplicable coldness, a heaviness in the air, and sometimes even shadows moving across the walls as if alive. But the most terrifying encounters with the Kikimora occurred at night, when darkness swallowed everything around, and only distant stars flickered. People spoke of how the Kikimora could enter a house through the chimney or cracks in the door, to either bury the victim in terrifying nightmares or simply watch them through the night. In some tales, it's said that the Kikimora would even enter the village and hide in the shadows of homes. Listening to the conversations of people, she would often simply observe their lives and then disappear, leaving only fear and silence in her wake. The villagers believed there were a few ways to protect themselves from the Kikimora. One of these rituals involved keeping the house tidy. Cleanliness was important, as it was thought that disorder and mess attracted the Kikimora. It was also essential to close all doors and windows at night, ensuring that no dark spirit could enter the home. There were also protective rituals. For example, people would place straw or various charms at the doorstep to keep spirits from crossing the threshold. Some believed that the Kikimora was repelled by the scent of certain herbs, like thyme or sage. Another common belief was that placing a broom upside down by the door would keep the Kikimora away, as it was thought that she couldn't pass over the broom's bristles. Those who had encountered the Kikimora often spoke of strange events that happened afterward. They might suffer from illnesses, lose their strength, or experience a decline in health. It was believed that the Kikimora could steal a person's soul if left unnoticed. And even if the encounter seemed to be merely a nightmare, those who had survived it often admitted they could never find peace or restful sleep afterward. Can the Kikimora be avoided? The answer to that question is unclear, for she is not just a creature, but one of the forces of darkness that lives in the heart of a world we may never fully understand. Dear friends, we conclude our tale of the Kikimora here. We hope that this journey into the dark world of ancient myths has left a vivid impression on you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel, so you don't miss out on new legends and myths that are waiting for you in the darkness. Be cautious, for not all creatures in the woods are mere figments of imagination. And now, good night.